Hello, my name is Robert Dean Steele, and this is Real Living. Listen to what Paul says in 2 Corinthians 11:27 and 28. Now, this almost sounds like a complaint, but actually, what he's doing is he's actually encouraging. He says, I have been in labor and in hardship through many sleepless nights, in hunger and thirst, often without food, in cold and exposure. He says, I've been dealing with some real physical trials and tribulations in my life. I have decided to serve the Lord. I have decided to follow Him with every fiber of my being. You see, when Paul had his Damascus Road experience, he was changed. His whole focus, worldview completely and totally changed. In that moment, Jesus told him what his life destiny was all about. He was to go and preach the gospel to the Gentiles. He was not going to be the same man. And he wasn't the same man. And so this literally call in his life drove him to do 3 missionary journeys, to travel the then known world, to face incredible opposition. Everywhere he went, he had opposition. And the opposition wasn't always from outside, but also as well from internal things. His own decisions, and as well those within the body of Christ. He says, apart from the external things, he says, I've just been talking about the external things. He says, there's the daily pressure on me for the concerns of the church. You see, Paul not only had these external pressures that were caused by those who did not understand what he was doing, those who wanted to destroy what he was doing, the devil who wanted to take him out at every turn, the world which was losing battle after battle. Did you know that we can actually overcome the world, the flesh, and the devil? We can actually change our worlds. You say, change my world? How can I do that? Listen, you share Jesus Christ with someone, you've already changed their world. Their worldview will change. The day that we hear about salvation, we make a decision. And that decision, of course, is, will I serve Jesus or not? One of the stories from I believe it was from, I'm trying to remember which movie it was, where they said, take the blue pill. Keanu Reeves was faced with this whole situation, and he says, the man says, well, if you take the blue pill, then you'll see things different. Take the red pill, and you will, remain the same. You see, when someone tells you about Jesus, it's like taking the pill. Your worldview will never be the same after that. You'll see things much more clearly. In fact, you'll see eternity from that moment forward. You won't be thinking about this life only. You'll be thinking about the next life and the wonderful life that is to come. Remember, the 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years that you spend on this planet, let me tell you this. This is not the best it is. It's only a vapor, a small point in time. Eternity is a long, long time. And what you do with this life is very important. The writer Hebrews says, you have but one life to live, and then judgment. What you do with this life is absolutely essential. Paul said this, not only are there the external, but he says the daily pressure of me for the concern that I have for the church. Paul was concerned about you. Jesus right now is praying for you. In fact, Jesus is sitting at the right hand of the Father praying for you, making intercession for you right now. What a wonderful promise to know that there are people right now praying for your soul. If you belong to the body of Christ in a local church, and I trust that you will, don't stay away from the local church. There will be a pastor who will be praying for you. I pray for the people of my congregation every day. I stand before the Lord and I say, Lord, would you bless so-and-so? Lord, would you touch so-and-so? Lord, would you enable their family to come to know you? We're praying daily for the people of our church. Why? Because we know that we have a concern over their souls. We know that God has given us guardianship over their soul. There's a pastor praying for you right now. There's an individual praying for you. He's concerned. They are concerned. There may be a grandmother. There may be a mom. There may be a dad. There may be a sister. There may be a brother. There may be a cousin. Someone's praying for you because they're concerned over your soul right now. They want you to become all that you can become. We've heard that term. They'll become all that you can become. The motivational speakers say, you can become all that you can become. Not recognizing of the fact that the only way that you can truly have your destiny is following Jesus Christ and following the plan and purpose of God for your life. Paul says, Yes, the external things can overwhelm us. And even the concern that we have one for another. But there is an answer. Commit these things to God. Bring them to God today. Say, God, here they are. And the marvelous promise is that God will hear and God will answer. So today, bring whatever it is that is happening in your life and situation to God. Commit it to Him. And the promise is that He'll be with you and He will answer. My name is Robert Dean Steele. This is Real Living, and you have yourself a great and godly day.